welcome to this free episode of Hughes from the Heart. How's everybody doing? Coming at you today from the overcast forests of Mason County, Washington, and the South Sound of this evergreen state. It was 95 plus yesterday. Today it's going to be low 80s. It's been hot. I left the heat of Northern California. Luckily, we only get it a few days out of the summer. Not weeks and weeks and months like my former home. If you like what you hear today on the podcast, would you do me a favor? And do yourself a favor, too. Would you sign up to the full podcast? It's only $1 a month, 3 cents a day. I'd love it if you would. It would make me very, very happy. Patreon.com/Spencer Hughes. This abbreviated version provided to you once in a while, free of charge. And I hope you enjoy it. This is good news on the recycling front. And the older I get, the less I want to waste. When I was younger, I really didn't care too much about waste, to be honest with you. And a lot of people are like that. In our youth, we're a little more reckless and a little less conscientious. Oftentimes, not always. Sometimes youth are the most conscientious people around, but a lot of times we're not. But the older I get, the less waste I'm trying to leave behind and the smaller footprint I'm trying to leave. And this is great news from the Sierra Club's website, sierraclub.org, on the truth behind recycling pizza boxes. Now, I've got 6 kids. Between my wife and myself, we have 6 kids together. And 4 of them live with us still. And we have pizza, maybe not as often as we used to. We used to live 5 minutes away from a Little Caesars. Granted, not the best pizza around, but when you have 8 people to feed, it's a cheap way to go, and it was decent enough that the kids liked it. Now we have pizza maybe twice a month. There's some good pizza in the Evergreen State. You can message me, and I'll tell you which ones are my favorites. But one kind of rule to live by with recycling for the longest time, for years and years, was that you can't recycle your pizza box, at least your used ones. Your unused ones, I don't know why you would throw it away if you didn't have anything in it. That would be really wasteful. But by the time the end user and consumer of the pizza gets the box, there's layer upon layer of grease at the bottom, melted cheese and stuck on toppings and things like that. And it was believed that you could not put your pizza box in those blue bins because of the greasy cardboard and the food scraps would make it unrecyclable. And for many, many years, according to this sierraclub.org piece, recyclers followed the advice, really kind of without question, myself included. And tens of billions of pizza boxes were sent into landfills and incinerators when they could have been recycled. Well, at least today they can be. New research shows that so long as you remove all the pizza, the cardboard container that held your pizza can be readily recycled into something new. That's great. A single dorm floor at the University of Kansas, according to research that was done, according to Eric Nelson in this piece, a single dorm floor at the University of Kansas might go through 20 to 30 boxes during a single party. According to new research from WestRock, one of the world's largest paper and packaging companies, 3 billion pizza boxes are sold in the U.S. annually. 3 billion. And together they weigh 600,000 tons. That's the equivalent, get a load of this, of 53 Eiffel Towers. It's pretty astonishing when you break things down like that. If they were all recycled, they would account for 2.6% of the recyclable cardboard generated in America annually. In America alone. And again, they were deemed non-recyclable because of the grease and the cheese. A stack of clean, broken-down Amazon boxes can be recycled into new boxes that meet the strength and color specifications of a large e-commerce company. Now, the fear was that cardboard that was infused with cheese and marinara sauce could weaken or discolor the cardboard into which it was being recycled. I had also heard that it jammed up some of the equipment and gummed it up. Prohibitions are far from universal. I didn't know that either. And in fact, they are relatively rare these days. According to WestRock, 73% of the U.S. population has access to recycling programs that accept pizza boxes. A recent survey of companies that belong to the American Forest and Paper Association, in fact, found that pizza box acceptance is now almost universal among companies that manufacture from recycled cardboard. According to WestRock's study, cheese and grease at typical levels do not impact the quality of paper and cardboard manufactured at mills using recycled materials. Paper mills have gotten better over the years, better at screening out chunks of cheese during the pulping process. And it's very rare that a mill receives pizza boxes in a volume large enough to have any impact by its end products. The AFPA responded with new industry guidelines. Pizza boxes are now recyclable. Consumers need only make sure that they empty the boxes of extra slices and crust and any kind of gunked-on pieces of pepperoni maybe or vegetables that are stuck to it. Any chicken wings, sauce containers, pizza savers, and things like that should be left aside from the box. Throw those away or recycle those in their own way if you can. Pizza savers, those little three-legged plastic tables that keep the cheese from sticking to the top of the box, are too small to be recycled, apparently. So this is good news for those of us who like to leave a smaller footprint and those of us who don't like to be wasteful. Pizza boxes are, of course, not the biggest slice of the American recycling pie, but they're an underutilized resource, and I'm glad I was able to dispel this myth, and I thank the Sierra Club for giving us this bit of information. Eric Nelson is now president of the Kansas Organization of Recyclers and a man who has trashed more pizza boxes than most. And for him, the news is personal, saying, I'm a trash nerd, and this is the most exciting thing to happen in my field in years. So there you have it. You can recycle your pizza boxes, Virginia. Those of you who are my age will get that reference. Thanks a lot for listening to this free episode of Hughes from the Heart. I hope you will join the podcast. We talk about health and wellness. We talk about well-being. We talk about mindfulness and minimalism and meditation and the law of attraction and prosperity thinking and the placebo effect and the power of the subconscious mind. We talk about how you are an eternal being of light with the only limitations, the ones you impose on yourself. Won't you join Hughes from the Heart today? Patreon.com/Spencer Hughes. It's a podcast that is needed more than ever before. Thanks a lot for being here. Tell all your friends about it. And remember, you can find free episodes wherever podcasts are found under Hughes from the Heart. Thank you.